Howdy YouTubers, this is Steven and I'm back with another photo analysis. This time I'll be analyzing the cover of Ayumi Hamasaki's album, I Am... And this photo analysis was requested by YouTube user LV90047 . So thanks a lot for your request, LV. And before I begin, I just want to mention some information that I was told via LV. She explains that this particular cover was not the original cover for Ayumi Hamasaki's album, I Am... The original cover had Ayumi depicted as a goddess who was going to bring peace and love into the world. However, this album was released around the time of 9/11, and I guess Ayumi and her people thought that would be in poor taste to release an album cover like that. So they wind up releasing this particular album cover instead. However, regardless of that, I will judge this album cover on its own merits. With that all being said, let's begin. Alright, so when I first look at the album cover, I notice that Ayumi has a look in her eyes. It looks like she's looking at something that has really captured her attention. You know, something that really mesmerized her. And I'm like, I wonder what she's looking at. I like the way that Ayumi Hamasaki's lips look in this photo. And I like the way her eyes look in this photo too. You know, they seem to be really focused on something. I wonder what it is. I think that her body positioning it's decent. Could be better, could be worse. I like Ayumi Hamasaki's hair in the photo. It looks nice and like it matches with the theme of the photo, or at least with the scenery of the photo. Where it's not like, oh, Ayumi Hamasaki's hair is so, like, you know, nice and put together. Here, it's a little out of place, a little slightly disheveled here and there, and that ultimately helps give the photo a more realistic quality. However, what I don't like about this photo is first the Photoshop bird. I don't think that was necessary. You know, oftentimes less is more. And in this situation, the bird was not necessary. You know, I can see why she would think that was a nice touch. But, you know, the title of this album cover, well, the title of this album, rather, is I Am. So I would assume the theme of the photo is I Am. So this photo should be solely Ayumi Hamasaki in it. And she should not be sharing it with some bird. But hey, it's her choice, right? Maybe the bird is an extension of her, perhaps. I don't think so. But let me not get off topic. Alright. Next, what I don't like about this photo is the leaves. I think that the leaves should have been reduced. You know, take the leaves off of her head, take the leaves off of her arms, take the leaves away from her midriff, and just leave the leaves around her breast and her lower body. I think that would showcase Ayumi Hamasaki more. But again, I think that the leaves kind of take away from the theme I Am, because it's like you're saying I am ... but you're kind of hiding. It's like you're still hiding something from yourself. And it doesn't play into the theme as well as it should. In all honesty, I think that the album cover for Love Peers should be the album cover for I Am dot dot dot. As well, I think that the album cover for I Am dot 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 should be the album cover for Love Peers. But unfortunately, Ayumi doesn't have a time machine, as far as I know. I know Ayumi Hamasaki has money, but I don't think she has that much money. I don't think anyone does. I don't think she is capable of, defying the laws of time and space and physics. But if she was, then she should, make that switcheroo. I like the background of this photo. I don't quite understand it, but I like it. I don't know why she chose this particular scenery here. I guess she wanted something a bit more like nature or having to do with nature. But I kind of felt like, okay, I see that it looks like possibly this is around the area of a sea or an ocean or some body of water, maybe, perhaps. Or maybe she's like on some like mesa area, or like it looks kind of like a southwestern, like southwestern geography mixed with like kind of like a mountain, not a mountain, but kind of like a mixture of like a seaside southwestern area, if you get what I'm saying. And that's a little odd to me, because this kind of looks like a desert, but it looks more like rocks than desert. So this background, needless to say, is confusing, but I like it. However, I don't know what it quite has to do with anything, but I like it. And I guess, to be fair, it does kind of play into the theme of nature. However, the background looks all bare, but Ayumi Hamasaki has all this like greenery around her. So I'm guessing she is supposed to be like, some like vibrant, person filled with life and vitality. I'm supposing, I suppose. I also like the touch of light that's coming, and that's around her neck. If you look around that area, you'll notice some light coming in on the left side of her neck, and I'm like, okay, that's kind of like a nice touch, a nice subtle little touch there. Overall, I do think this is a nice photo. However, I just think that it misses the mark in terms of the theme. I feel like Ayumi Hamasaki is just hiding too much of herself to call this album cover I Am dot dot dot. I guess she's saying this is what she is, perhaps. She is, hiding aspects of herself. Now, I guess that does play into Ayumi Hamasaki's cryptic song lyrics. So perhaps, yes, but I guess, the way that people understand I am as, I think it's more so understood as, okay, this is who I am. And when people, it's kind of like you're burying yourself. And when you bury yourself, I guess you take away, the outer, like you take away the outer part of you, and you just show who you are. Like I mentioned before, her doing a nude topless photo with her hair strategically placed around her breasts so that it's not lewd. Her doing something like that would play into the theme better, in my opinion. But to be fair, this can be a representation of Ayumi Hamasaki. But I kind of don't feel that it is a representation of Ayumi Hamasaki. Despite her cryptic song lyrics, I do think that Ayumi is very open about, like, there's sort of like somewhat of a slightly, I wouldn't say transparent quality, but like I think that Ayumi Hamasaki is open with her struggles and who she is as a person. She may not be straightforward within her lyrics, but her lyrics do touch on her personal struggle as a human being in this world. You know, they showcase who she is one way or another. So for me personally, I'm not buying this album cover. You know, I'm not liking this album cover. Well, I won't say that I don't like it. I do think it's a nice photo, but because it missed the mark so much, in my personal opinion, I just feel like, you know, it's a nice photo, but I just feel like it missed the mark. So that's my issue with this photo. This is probably the first time I encountered a situation where the artist did not interpret the theme of the photo. However, the artist delivered a nice photo, but I'm still kind of having issues with it. You know, this is kind of the first time I encountered a situation like this. I guess it's because the theme was just kind of easy to interpret. I don't know. Now, I guess for me, because the theme was so easy, I expected Ayumi Hamasaki to do better. But like I said, it is a nice photo. I do like the photo. The part that I like most about the photo is Ayumi Hamasaki's face. You know. But for me, I guess what holds me back is just that this photo would be better suited for some other album cover, or even a single cover perhaps. But overall, it is a nice album cover photo. You know, album cover photo. And I'll judge it based on its own merits. You know, it is a nice album cover photo. I do have issues with it, but it is a nice photo. So good job, ultimately, Ayumi. Yeah, good job. But feel free to let me know your opinions. Feel free to comment. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to give me a thumbs up. Your feedback and your support is extremely appreciated. Until the next photo analysis, adios and goodbye for now.